round one. So here we go, fight. The little goblin referee runs into the side here. And this is the first ever look at the brand new game mode here. So OJ and Eclipse start out with a mortar on their end. Now, of course,
yeah, mortar, the first card to get played.
Isn't that very apropos, Woody? So you can only play most of your cards, with a few exceptions, behind that one first line closer to you.
Gotcha.
So it's not like you can deploy your cards at the opponent's end zone.
Right, and the same applies for some of the troops that you would normally be able to send in pretty far, like the miner or goblin barrel. You can only send those halfway across the arena.
Exactly. So basically the miner, the graveyard, and the log can be played up until the 50-yard mark, so to speak, the halfway point in the arena. And then everything else can only be played behind your white line.
Okay, so we got a bomb tower here defending this left side attack. Fortunately, that giant skeleton goes down pretty quickly, but this balloon is going to present a big threat. Whoa! An ice wizard played directly underneath that giant skeleton bomb, and this balloon needs a hard counter if it's going to be stopped.
And this could be tricky here. You have to stop. Doesn't matter if it
Whoa!
has 1 HP left.
Lightning
It
at the
does.
last second!
Wow.
The first touchdown in this tournament goes to Team Despacito.
Alvaro and Anthrax connected with that balloon. Even though it was low on HP, they had that clutch lightning to finish it off and get the touchdown there. But remember, the match is still alive. There's 3 minutes, and that was only 1 touchdown scored, a.k.a. 1 crown in the battle.
This is a big, heavy push out the left side. A Royal Giant and a Lava Hound, but it might get burnt up by an Inferno Dragon. Oh, nice tornado, pulls them all in, and I think that the defense is going to hold up for Alvaro and Anthrax.
Woody, did you see that bandit over there kind of dashing between skeletons on that tombstone?
So sneaky. She goes pretty fast, doesn't she?
Absolutely, and one thing that you have to notice too is that tombstone is constantly providing skeletons. Every single one of those skeletons has to be dealt with in this game mode, because all it takes is one errant skeleton to creep by on the opposite side, and that scores a touchdown.
Oh man, Ash, I'm so used to just taking a little bit of damage here and there to try to build up an elixir advantage, but at no point in this game can you allow even one unit to cross your in zone line, can you?
Absolutely, it's definitely a whole new game, and you can see, you want to pay attention to this battle ram over here on the left-hand side.
Sneaky.
We saw battle rams, okay, it is checked, thankfully, but battle rams are very, very lethal in this game mode.
Absolutely dangerous.
And you know what?
But stopped by that skeleton.
There's actually no Hog Rider in this game mode. There's a few special rules that we'll get to as the matches progress.
Oh man, that'd be insane if a Hog Rider could just run straight.
A Hog would run straight to the other side. So that's why Battle Ram is even more powerful, because it provides that option to give you that speed charge damage, even opposed to, say, Princes.
Gotcha.
Because Princes can be stopped by a skeleton or a goblin.
Okay, and since there's no bridge, do you think that that makes melee units even stronger?
I think that early on, it seems like melee units are a little bit stronger so far. All you need is one air targeting troop to stop those flying units coming through. But sometimes those hefty, big HP units, they can really be a problem to deal with here in this game.
And the balloon is looking scary out the left side, but it runs out of time. Team Despacito with the 1-0 win in this very first game. But have no fear, if you're a fan of Team Four Eyes, this is going to go to a game 2. We've got a best-of-3 match overall. 1 win for Despacito. They just got to get 1 more, and they'll claim the match.
Yeah, and think about it too. There is strategy involved here when it comes to, if you have the early lead, like Team Despacito got there, there's a certain strategy you can play more defensive. This isn't like the normal 2v2 or even 1v1. This Clash Royale like we've never seen it before. Again, this is coming next update, so this is a good time to kind of scout out and see what works and what doesn't, right? So
You're in there, send a little skeleton in, try to sneak onto the opposite side while you're making a big push on one side.
yeah, there is some draft strategy. In other words, you are still passing 8 cards to your opponents here, right? So the cards that you pass, if you pass them cards that can't deal with tanks, you're much more better off going really, really hard with that Golem and Giant Lava Hound all in the same area. There's no lanes, but early on, you can kind of see that these players, there's a left and a right and a center, right? And it seems like you drop your tanks and your melee units on the sides, and you drop your range units oftentimes in the center so they can kind of pick anything off.
That was a clutch log, but it just barely missed one of the Spear Goblins, who was able to kill that Ice Wizard over on the right. Nice job on defense here to Eclipse and Orange Juice. They managed to take that push out, but it's kind of backwards on the counterattack. Giant behind that Night Witch means that she's not going to survive.
Look at the Elite Barbarians coming on the right. Elite Barbarians with a new helmet.
They've got a new helmet on. That's not normal. Look at that.
The Battle Ram is
going to stop the... Whoa!
The Battle Ram there pushes the Elite Barbarian over the goal line.
Wow, so the Elite Barb got the win right there, but I think the Battle Ram was the MVP of that attack.
I think so. The Battle Ram pushes the Elite Barbarian. Elite Barbarians and Battle Ram, for my money so far, seem to be some of the most powerful cards inside this game mode. They both move fast. They both have to be dealt with immediately.
Wow, we got a big attack at the left side. This Lava Hound is trying to make its way through, but it got caught on that building there. I've seen that these players normally been playing the buildings a little bit further back. The spawner's kind of right at that goal line, but maybe they placed that one a little bit far forward to try to catch that Lava Hound early. What do you think they were thinking there, Ash?
Yeah, so one thing about these buildings is for my money early on, it's best to play them in your own end zone, because what that does is it prevents the enemy's troops from crossing the end zone. They'll essentially stop right at the end zone.
Oh, man, Rocky comes down hard. Kill that executioner, but miss the wizard. Yeah,
so this could be trouble here for Alvaro and Anthrax coming through. Of course, they have enough elixir to deal with it, and you can see OJ and Eclipse doing something smart here. They're hitting the opposite lane as well.
A little bit of push at the left and the right. That Giant uncontested, though. He's making the march toward the end.
And there
makes
it is.
Touchdown for Team Four Eyes.
Wow. How about that? That Giant just went the length of the field there on the left-hand side, like we talked about. You put that tank there early on, and sometimes it just needs to be stopped, whether a building or whether by mass troops. There's no tower for it to run into anymore, Woody. It has to be stopped, just the end zone.
You know, this other troop is pretty slow to the side, but if he's got
Inferno
enough
Tower.
hit points, he'll be able to get there, right? Not unless the Inferno Tower burns him up. Nice defense for Team Four Eyes. And look, at Sparky is getting some value on the field. It's past halfway at this point.
Graveyard is a weird card in this game, though. There is no tower for it to target. However, the skeletons do a good job kind of swarming and distracting. At the same time, if they do reach the end zone, they all have to be accounted for.
And I like the fact that they kind of split on the left and right.
Yeah, Graveyard might have a whole new purpose now. We'll have to see. But this Battle Ram, again, coming in on the right is going to be hopefully blocked by this mortar, or is okay.
Oh, man.
A last-minute turn by that Battle Ram. As OJ was saying early on, you have to know and study all the new kind of aggro zones for every individual card.
Interesting. And something else I've noticed about this, Ash, whenever a unit has just a little bit of health left, it still presents a big threat that has to be responded to. Bandit dashes out on that right side to kill the Executioner, and that's a good exchange for Team Despacito.
And we are in sudden death overtime right now. It's 1-1 in this round. This is huge right now, so the next team to score touchdown will pick up this victory. Elite Barbarians played right in the middle of the arena.
Whoa. Can Sparky charge up fast enough?
Battle Ram, Battle Ram!
No, too slow! Elite Barbarians and a Battle Ram crash into the mortar, and they're about to cross the finish line.
That's going to be it. Oh, look at the Spear Goblins. Oh, just too much coming
that
through.
OP rocket, the BM rocket, lands right on Four Eyes' side of the arena. I think we've got a 2-0 match win for Team Despacito.
Let's give it up for Four